NBA YoungBoy's sentencing was today, and the rapper is now going to prison. It would be reported NBA YoungBoy has accepted a plea deal in his federal firearm case that was transferred from Louisiana to Utah. As a part of the deal, he will be sentenced to 27 months inside of prison, with credit for any time served in pretrial detention, followed then by 5 years of federal probation. This then led into NBA YoungBoy entering the courtroom to receive his sentence, smiling once he walked in. This would end up going viral online. You have to be a different type of man to smile while accepting a deal to go to prison. But it gets crazier from here, as while NBA YoungBoy was being told how long he would be inside of prison for, a crazy NBA YoungBoy fan would then hack into the court hearing sound system and begin yelling, "Free YoungBoy."
Go free YB, man. Free YB.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Free YB.
All right. Mr. Golden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB.
Free YB.
Free YB.
As while fans are joking about his current situation, it's a lot more serious than you think. Allow me to explain. On March 10th, 2021, NBA YoungBoy was arrested and charged with 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, as well as 1 count of possession of a firearm that is not registered on the National Firearms Registration List. You can make a scrapbook out of all of NBA YoungBoy's mugshots. He is the last man on earth that is allowed to be holding a firearm, but sadly he was caught doing it. While outside recording a music video on a random street, several of his friends were playing loud music and dancing on the hood of a car. An older lady who lives on the street ended up calling the police as she was worried, describing to the police that there is several men dancing around in a circle, holding firearms in the air, and jumping on the hood of a car. When the police arrived, they quickly arrested NBA YoungBoy. They immediately noticed who it was and only wanted to arrest him out of everyone there. In the process of YoungBoy being arrested, the cameraman knew that NBA YoungBoy was not allowed to be holding a firearm. He would quickly try to delete the footage, but he wasn't quick enough. The police confiscated the camera without legal permission in doing so, and they were able to retrieve all of the footage of NBA YoungBoy holding the firearm. YoungBoy's lawyer made the argument in court that the police getting the footage illegally should not be usable against NBA YoungBoy, but it would be announced NBA YoungBoy has lost his appeal with the feds, and now prosecutors can use footage of him holding firearms to convict him.
Update on NBA YoungBoy. He lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the 5th Circuit United States Court of Appeals. The 5th Circuit said, you know what, we have a different decision, and we're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case. Now, YoungBoy's got a couple of options. 1, he can appeal to the Supreme Court. I fully expect they will appeal to the Supreme Court. 2, you got to go to the government and say, look, this guy was locked up for a long amount of time. I think he was locked up for almost a year. He's been on house arrest for almost a year. How much time do you want him to serve, and think about doing a plea bargain? Ultimately, you can also take this case to trial and try to beat the feds and go 2-0 against them. He's previously beaten a federal.
As the prosecutors are literally using evidence that was found on NBA YoungBoy illegally. These two rappers have very different charges, but it feels similar to what Boosie said about YNW Melly. The feds don't care if the evidence they obtained is illegal. They treat rappers wrong in the court system all the time. Just like Melly receiving a mistrial, essentially beating the case, but he still was not allowed to receive a bond or house arrest, even though there's an ongoing statistic of a criminal receiving a mistrial usually receives a bond or house arrest 88% of the time.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. They waited all the way.
Penalty.
So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah. They could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. I just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't happen, really.
as the feds obtained the evidence against NBA YoungBoy illegally, but they're still using it. Now the feds have 4K footage of NBA YoungBoy holding a firearm. He had no defense to it. This is when it would be announced NBA YoungBoy had officially pled guilty and is now facing up to 10 years inside of prison. However, it gets scarier from here, all because of a previous crime. As while NBA YoungBoy was sentenced to prison for that crime, he is also facing another charge. NBA YoungBoy skipped a court appearance, making him a very wanted man 2 years ago. The FBI began staking out his Louisiana mansion until NBA YoungBoy was suddenly seen opening up the gate of his home and driving out. The FBI would follow NBA YoungBoy, getting onto the highway, which then resulted in a high-speed chase. At first, the FBI agent told NBA YoungBoy to pull his car over with a very loud microphone. Allegedly, NBA YoungBoy started to pull his car over to the side of the highway and went to a full stop. This is then when the FBI agent also went to a complete stop, opened up his door to begin getting out to approach NBA YoungBoy. When the agent got out of his car, NBA YoungBoy turned his engine back on and floored it down the highway. While going down the highway, NBA YoungBoy ran into traffic. This resulted in him drifting off of the highway and hitting the regular streets. Once again, getting stopped at a red light because of traffic, NBA YoungBoy hopped out of his vehicle and began a chase on foot. On this day, YoungBoy was wearing designer shoes, skinny jeans, a jacket, and diamond chains. Probably not the best outfit from running from highly trained FBI agents, but it is what it is. Funny enough, while NBA YoungBoy was running, he hopped the fence and he decided to run through some houses' backyards. These houses ended up being owned by a fan. This fan, who was sitting on his balcony, ended up taking several photos of NBA YoungBoy running away from the FBI agent. Inside of the video, the fan was encouraging YoungBoy to run faster and that the agent was getting close to him. This is stuff you just can't make up. However, YoungBoy would be quickly swarmed by the police and he would be quickly arrested, then taken into the back of a police car for questioning.
You know, talk to us, tell us what happened or not.
As soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs, okay? But
yeah, I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm properly if I haven't committed a crime or done nothing.
Okay. All right, give us a second, okay?
Okay, no voluntary statement.
He's not willing to give a
So,
statement.
you know, any statement, any voluntary statement?
No, sir. Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be in this.
These are serious charges against YoungBoy, from speed racing, resisting arrest, and many more. The judge didn't take it easy on him at all. However, when you have millions of dollars, it gets you the best lawyers in the game. He would quickly receive a bond out of jail, with the details being,
for YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. This is very big. Why? Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat from state to state, from circuit. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon. I fully expect that the Louisiana judge on Tuesday will release YoungBoy on.
From putting up $500,000 in cash, 2 properties, and other items, this has now resulted in one of the biggest bond agreements of all time in the United States. And while it seems like things couldn't get worse, they actually do. When the prosecutors are going against famous rappers in court cases, their job is to make the rapper look as bad as possible to the jury. Sadly, in 2019, NBA YoungBoy went from being cool with every rapper to being constant beefs with everyone, stacking evidence against himself by self-snitching, as when the NBA YoungBoy was arrested for the high-speed chase, NLE Choppa felt the need to create a song for him titled Free YoungBoy, in hopes of his soon release. However, NLE Choppa quickly changed his thoughts on NBA YoungBoy after King Von's passing, as YoungBoy ended up dropping his hit song titled Bring the Hook in 2022, dissing all the O Block and King Von. The entire rap scene reacted to it because NBA YoungBoy was on some timing. DJ Academics even tweeted, NBA YoungBoy on demon time right now, and he's dropping another whole tape. O Block rapper Lil Reese responded, that ain't no demon time, he's just rapping like the rest of these rappers all rap. NLE Choppa had to agree with Reese by saying, and I quote, I stamped that, as his response to the beef, but this is where the entire rap game knew what side NLE Choppa was on, and YoungBoy wasn't happy that he chose a side. Where YoungBoy dropped the song Know Like I Know by rapping the lyrics, "I bet your mama be destroyed when we send you to God for making those statements, choosing sides about my beef with them boys. I could say I saw it, but you could also say I was your favorite." As YoungBoy's response, NLE Choppa ended up taking the time to change the title of his Free YoungBoy song to just YoungBoy, showing that he doesn't stand with NBA YoungBoy anymore. Choppa would later go on a DJ Academics podcast to speak on the beat.
He's not able to defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him. When to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude, and it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, he came to a person as a man.
NLE Choppa would even follow it up with another interview, but with DJ Vlad.
When you heard that, what'd you think?
It was funny to me. I feel like, it's not serious when it hit the net. It's funny. I mean, it's just entertainment to me.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.
He would also appear on The Breakfast Club speaking on how YoungBoy needs to keep his act straight and stay out of jail, stating, and I quote, "YoungBoy needs to be more careful. He's got a lot of people looking up to him, and he needs to set better examples. He needs to stay out of trouble and just focus on music." But this is then when a rap war began with NBA YoungBoy versus anyone. As when Jada Youngin passed, many looked at NBA YoungBoy and his crew as being responsible, as he was another rapper from Louisiana. He always had a lot to say about NBA YoungBoy, and we even saw him talk in an interview with DJ Vlad.
Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like this is gonna be one of the hardest collaborations ever.
Not long after, the two would drop a collab song titled Up With Me. Sadly, the two would then have a falling out after Jada Youngin shared a snippet of an unreleased YoungBoy song on Instagram, where YoungBoy replied in the comments saying, "Delete this now, I don't even know how you got my song, and I don't mess around like that." Jay would speak on the situation just weeks later, saying he's not gonna take disrespect from anyone.
I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me.
He followed up speaking on NBA YoungBoy with his song titled 38K, where he said, and I quote, "You put that comment on my post, they laughed about it, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me," as there was photos revealed after the song showing Jada Youngin linking up with one of YoungBoy's baby moms. But in return, YoungBoy then tried to catch Jada Youngin lacking in the street, right after YoungBoy would record this video.
"You be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh,